Well, see, alrighty then, here we go. Using the Rodecaster Duo once again. Thanks for joining me. This is part 2 of creating a website from scratch with Google Sites or sites.google.com. I'm Susan Downs, and I'm going to do my best to give you the quickest overview on creating this Google site from scratch. So I'm going to be using the simplest tool available. Nothing fancy here, no overlays, no backgrounds, just you, me, and a screen share. And hopefully we can get through this in a few moments. And of course, you're going to spend time working through this. So creating a website from scratch with Google Sites is what we're going to be doing. So I am going to go ahead and click over to where we left off was me showing you my site. So let me go ahead and let's pick up an empty tab, and we'll start from there. Let me go full screen so I can see what I'm doing. Perfecto. Okay, great. All right, so here we are. And the way you're going to get there is you're just going to open up a tab. Now, mind you, I am on a Mac. So if you're on a PC, I'm sorry, I don't exactly know every cornerstone that you'll face, but the interface is pretty much the same, the user interface, and you just have different tools to get to different places and ways that you do things. I have somewhat preset some things up, but I just want to let you know that right here, when you open up your tab, you're on one of your Gmail accounts. This is my Investors Desk Gmail account. I also have the Google Workspace that I pay for on a monthly basis. That just gives me the opportunity to do an email address. Sorry about that. An email address with my domain name. So it's info@investorsdeskllc.com, but this particular one is investorsdesk@gmail.com. I just thought I'd use that one. And I preset some things up. So when you open up your tab, you're going to click over here. And when you scroll down and you scroll through and you don't see Google Sites right away, what you're going to do is go to More from Google and scroll down and click Browse All Products, and then you'll just look through all of these, but it's right over here on the right hand side. And did I pass it up already? I think I did. Where is it? It is in here somewhere. I mean, it has to be. There it is. It looks like that. And that's the way it's going to look inside of your Google Drive. So since I have so you click on that and then you start to create your site right away. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and now that I've created a Google site and I want to go back to it, it's going to be located in my Google Drive. So Google Drive icon usually ends up inside. All right. So here's your drive, and I'm going to double click and open it up. Now, like I said, I set some things up already because it's really tough trying to think about. You want to make sure you have all your images. Maybe in Google Docs, you've put together uh, your blog post, or you have in your Google Docs, all in your Google Drive, all of the images that you're going to be adding to your website. So you just want to make sure that you have all of the things that you want to bring together into your workspace here. So, with that being said, let me just go ahead and show you real quick the banner, the announcement banner. And you're going to go over here to settings, and you're going to go down here to announcement banner. And like I said, um, you can toggle the banner on and off. So you don't need to have one of these. And then you can choose a particular color. If I wanted to change the color of that, I could do that. And like I said, you can use this site as you can use this announcement link as a landing page if you want to create something like that to promote something that you're doing. And down here is where you're going to put in whatever it is that you want to expose or promote. And then once you do that, you don't even have to click save. You just turn it off and boom, there it is. And then you can just click over to it, and I threw something up in there, which links out to, say, a white paper or an ebook or anything that you're promoting. Okay, so you can also check that out. When you're working through your Google site and you're working on some things, you you want to actually kind of check it every now and again and see what see what it's gonna look like. And this is what it would look like there. So let's go back. Where are we? Let's go back here to our site. Okay. Um, Now, what do we have here? What is this? Um, this is that. Down here is this is the name that you're gonna find in your Google Drive um, to go ahead and create your site. Um, Over here you have, well, here it is. It says the announcement banner settings. You can just click on that and do it, or you can do it over here. Over here is where you can edit your logo. So you just click on that, and you're going to um, you can upload It'll be in your settings as well. So you can start off either doing it here or doing it here. Cool. Now, when it comes to getting your navigation bar together, it's going to happen as you add pages. And over here, I know I'm going to be jumping back and forth, but this is kind of the best way to show you the different tools that you have with this already being set up. But you click on pages and you just add a page. And let me see. Down here. Oh, you can't. Did I make it too big? I think I might have made it too big. Let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah, I think I made it too big. Let me take it back to like, no, that's not it either. Um, Gotta bring it down a little bit and bring it up. Yeah, there you go. Let me do that a little bit more just in case. Bring that down a little bit more so you guys can see what is actually happening down here. Cool, cool, coolio. Okay, so here it is. This is where you're gonna add your page. Now, when you're adding your pages, if you look over here, you have the opportunity to duplicate the page, go to properties of this page, or even add a subpage. You do have the opportunity to like not show that page at all. So you can let me go here and right here it has hide from navigation. So you have all of these things that you can do with that page. If that page is not ready to go, then you can just hide it from the navigation and away it goes. When you're done upgrading it, you just click back over there and you can, if you look at the navigation bar here, then you can go back over and say show it, and there it is again. So let's go back home. We're still working inside of our site. Of course, there's redo and redo again, or whichever you're gonna do. You have linking capabilities here. You're able to share this site with others once you're done, or collaboratively work on the website, because you can do that through your Google Drive. So if you add somebody and you want to share it inside of Google Drive, you're going to give them editor capabilities. Or if you just want them to look at it, then you're just going to give them viewer capability. And of course, right here we said settings. Here you can actually go into your version history, which means if you totally screwed things up or you really liked what you did before, you just click on your version history and you go back in time. You can also make a copy of your site. Here's help and all of that other good stuff that you have here. When your site is ready to go, you're going to click publish, and it's going to give you the way you kind of set it up. So it's going to be ID whatever website dot sites.google.com, I believe. Or here it is, sites.google.com/view// blah blah blah. So whatever you put in here is how it's going to be published to the web. So say I just want to change that to investors desk, and then it's going to change right there, right? So of course I'm not going to publish it. You can go ahead and put in your custom domain. Uh, that is a pretty tricky thing to do. It took me a minute, but all you got to do is call whoever is hosting your domain, and they can walk you through, because Google's going to give you whatever, I believe it's the API or the DNS, or oh gosh, what do they call that? The C names and all that other kind of stuff that equates with making it your custom domain that you have um, paid for. So the one I paid for was studio1209group.com, and I use GoDaddy. So with that, when I had any issues, and I did, I called GoDaddy, and boom, 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 it was done. So don't get frustrated if you're having a hard time getting your custom domain in there, or the domain that you've already, and Google will host it for you for free, and then you can just put a bit ly or bit lily or whatever they call it to create your a shorter URL. But I recommend, excuse me, I do recommend a custom domain. It does help. So of course I'm not going to publish this. All right, so moving on. Now that we know that we can upload our logo, as we add pages, the navigation comes up. Now, when it comes to setting up how you want your navigation bar to look, over here in settings, you would go to navigation. Where is it? Here it is. So here it could be on the top or on the side. It gives you two options. So let's see what it looks like on the side. So on the side, it gives you the hamburger. Some people like that. So if we know that our demographics, our customers are tech savvy with things, then they know to click on the hamburger, and then they can access it from there. I like the top bar navigation. It's old school. It works for me, and it's clear, where people want to go. So I leave my navigation at the top. There you go. Inside of here is this is your header, of course, and when you're creating your header, you have to want to kind of be cognizant of the different technologies that people will use to access your site. Some people only do it on a desktop, some do it on a laptop, some do it on an iPad, some do it on an iPhone. So you want to make sure each one works with the other one. And when I do that, which is my preview, you're going to see what the capabilities, what things will look like. And you want things to look seamlessly well. So if I did this, then they get to see everything that's in there. Nothing's cut off. It scrolls down beautifully. And then, of course, because it's on a cell phone, and anybody who is picking it up from a cell phone knows about the hamburger gear, and that they can go from site to site. And then over here is the iPad view, and everything fits in perfectly, and you just want to scroll through to make sure it all works. This also works with the hamburger navigation. And then over here, you want to see what it's actually going to look like on somebody's desktop. Okay, it's all looking great. Each section looks great so far. I'm going to X out of that, and it'll take me right back to my way to develop my page. All right. When you're putting your image in, you can upload your own image, or you can select one from Google Images. Be careful with that. If you're gonna do some kind of different type of background, just make sure it's something bland or whatever. So let's go ahead and say, well, this is the gallery that they have here. This is an interesting thing to note also, that, let me go on that for a second. My text is white, okay? And say I want to change this background, and I don't want all of this stuff back here. I just want, for my cover, something plain but eternal. So I'm going to go with the clouds. So what's going to happen is my text is going to turn black. Why? Because intuitively it's saying, hey, I can't see that white on white. So I'm going to go with the basic standard black text. You can always change that. This magic wand over here is also doing some auto fixing for you, which means that if you don't like the auto fixing, click it off. So the original look is what is picked up. With the wand off, what Google is doing is it's kind of automatically making things look better for you if that's what you want. This is an anchor that will anchor to another image on the same page. And you can do that by anchoring into each section that you have if you got your sections titled on the same page. So yes, but then you're like, oh, but I want it, I don't want black. So you just triple click on that, or you click and drag to open it, and then right here you have all of the tools you need to work with um, on whatever text you want on your cover page. So I didn't really want that to be black. I wanted it to be, say, blue. So there we go. Now I am done with this section. If I didn't want anything at all and I just wanted to no cover page, I just wanted to get into what I was doing, I can just go over here and click it off, delete it. And if I did that, I would like, oops, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well, here we go. Let's go up here and redo. Easily done. All right, so now we're on to our next section. How did we get there? Well, there's several ways to get there. We can go back to insert and we can click, if this is highlighted, it's going to land here, I do believe. So let's see. Text box. Boom. All right. So now I have a text box where I can write something in there. And I don't have anything prepared, but I can change my font. I can change the size of the font. It can be whatever it wants. I can download this. Everybody knows how to use these tools. Center it. And let's say building a legacy, one investment at a time. All right. So that's what I want to say there. And then I want it to be bigger now that I have it in there. And I want it to, now I want it to have a different background. So I'm just going to do style 3. Yeah, that works for me. Or instead, maybe style 2. Kind of like that better. Or I can go over here and I can click on image. I can upload my own image for background. Or I can click on select. And then I would say, I don't want to use anything from this gallery. What I want to do is I want to go to Google Images and I want to type something in like purple background. Why not? And what you basically want to do is you really want to stick to your brand colors, right? So my brand color for my Investors Desk website is purple, black, and gray. Why? I don't. It just looked pretty. So now I'm going and watch the text will change because this is a dark black background. And I believe what I have here is black on white, black text on a white or off-white background. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to use that and I'm going to insert it. And boom, it's going to change my text color, which is fine because that's what I. It's like, oh, that's pretty ugly. No, I don't want that. So I'm gonna go back and stick with this one. But I still want my text to be a different color. So let's make it blue, like the other one. All right, and maybe I want to go back to my images and select and go back to gallery and pick up this same background. And do you see the difference? So here I've decided that, well, actually, let's see. Let's take that off. Take that off. Take that off. Don't really like the way that happens. So that's not working. I thought that would work, but it didn't. So let's go back and just change the style here. Great. Boom. Anyway, you have a lot of things to work with. Or now that I've got that done, I want to utilize something that is already available to me as far as a content builder. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to drag it right there. Did you see that blue line go in? And I'm going to click on this and it's going to ask me, do I want to upload an image? Do I want to select the image? So let's say I want to select an image. This is going to take me to my Google Drive. That's not where I want to select an image. I want something, well, I said from Drive, and let's look at what's inside of Investor's Desk. Whatever. Okay, so I selected that, but that's not exactly what I wanted. So I know, and these are the things that you will go through. Um, so I'm gonna click back on that, and I'm going to go back here, and I'm gonna redo, and then I'm going to add again. Um, I can upload something. How about I click select image? Let's see what happens. All right. So now we're back to selecting an image. I have quite a few images back here. Let's talk about foreclosures. Why not? I'm gonna go ahead and insert that. And yeah, that's pretty funky. That's not what I want. Let's replace the image. Select. I know. It's kind of crazy, right? What I want is an image. Hello. How about this image? Select. Okay, here we go. And that's me. I am at one of the Tasty Trade live performances. And that's Tony Batista, Tom Sosnoff. All of the folks from my financial group are in this picture, and so over here, I can type in a tasty trade event. And down here, I can talk about there we go. So that's that. Boom. All right. So, if you have text already ready, you can copy and paste that text in and you made a page. Now, you can go over here and you want this one to stand out. So you're going to do that. And you've inserted. So we've used, and the same goes with this. Now, if you're only doing pictures like in your gallery, and I can show you, you can insert that. But you have several things that you can put in a table of contents. You can add an image carousel. Just remember that if you're going to be working down into your next section, you're going to want to highlight the section before what you're going to be working with. Now, say I want to kind of, divide these two. I think I have a divider in here already. Let me delete that. So now I have a divider in there already. And that kind of keeps the flow going. But I can always see where each one is working. So say I want to put that divider back in there. I can do that. And if I didn't have the same color background, you would see the difference in that divider. And let's look at that real quick. There you go. It just gives you the space between what's happening and what's going on. Now over here, what I did was I just put in a picture only. And the way I did that, an image, I just wanted to upload an image only. So I'm going to go back to my divider and I'm going to go over here to images. And I want to select an image. And I'm going to use another image, something maybe like this. Let's see how that looks. Great. And I'm going to stretch it out to say about right there. Now you can make it bigger because you lost a lot. So I can scroll it down like that, right? Or up just about right there. Okay. So that's what this is. I just grabbed it and I clicked on images. I made sure that I clicked on the space above, which was the divider. And then I clicked on image and it popped right underneath, right? There we go. Good. So that's that. I love the way that looks, but I want to do something like a pure black background. So here we go. I'm not sure if it's pure or not, but close enough, right? For government work. Boom. There we go. Now, I've worked on several sections. I want to make sure everything is the way it is supposed to be. So I'm just going to check it real quick. And great. It looks good on a computer so far. So far, I like it. Let's see how it looks on an iPad. Okay. I like it so far. Great, everything's in line. And let's see how it looks on a cell phone. Okay, so far everything's in line, nothing is cropped out, and I can go ahead and X out of this and continue my work. Just so you know, because you are in your Google Drive, it is automatically saving your work. And here it is. All changes are saved in your drive. Okay? All right. So now we've created another section. And that was just by hitting images. Here's an embed. And like I said, you can embed a video. You can embed, instead of using URLs, and then you can go straight to your drive to pick whatever it is you want to pick up, right? These are the tools you have. But you also have the capability, like I've shown you before. I'm just going to click inside this space, and I'm going to double click, and I have all of these tools right here ready to go. So it depends on what you want to do. You want to add an image. We already did that. You want to add a text box. We did that. But just for the purpose of seeing what's happening, let's add a text box. And there it is. So from here, I know that it is what it is. Okay. Triple click. I'm going to center it here. I'm going to change it to Arial. I'm going to make it bigger, but even bigger. Let's say this. It is what it is. Okay. So there you go. You have started creating your website, right? I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay. What else do we have? Now, if you're really struggling to figure out how to do things, before we go further, let's just look at what we have here. Now, what I did was I pulled in one of the inserts here. I pulled in the 3 insert here, and then I uploaded a picture, and I'm able to actually link this somewhere. And how would I make that happen? So I'm going to double click, and right here, I'm going to click on link. Now it's going to ask me, where do you want to link this to, or what page do you want to link it to? So you can link it outside of your website if you want, but you really kind of, if this is something that you're promoting inside your website, then you want it to link inside of your website. So let's just pick one. Let's say the market. And it's going to link to that page, and then you just apply it. And then if you want to check that out real quick, you can actually go back over here, check it out. Let's go back to, say we're on our laptop and we're scrolling down and we're like, wow, this is pretty sweet. Okay, I like. And this, I want to link, I want to see what it means to for sale by owner. And I'm going to go over here to market, and it's going to tell me something, right? You want it to tell you something. So now, now that I've done that, okay, let's go back home. So that's how you're going to link that over. All right. So then let's close out of that. We checked our link. Our link is looking well, looking good. And we can also link from a picture. So if I click on the picture twice, not double click too fast, but if I link, then I can link, do the same thing. Click on link. Right now it's linking to the work desk, right? But if I wanted to change that, I can just go to link. Let's go back. And I'm going to edit. And delete. And let's say I want to link it to focus desks instead. Click apply. And now, instead of it says down here steps to home, whatever that is. I think I just threw that something in there. Then I'm going to go back here and I'm going to look for that section. And then you see the hand is there. It's going to link me over to focus desks, which I have nothing in because I just set it up to show. And then I can actually create a button that will take me back home. So let's take a look at that. Now, I'm in focus desk, but let's say I'm in home and I want to go over. Once I click over there, I want to make sure that they can get back home. So I'm going to go over here to focus desk. And underneath, I want to go over here to insert. So I'm going to insert a button. The name of the button is going to be back home. And I'm going to link it to my home page. And I'm going to insert that button. All right. Now, I want that button to be right there. Okay. So, they've looked at focus desk. Usually these buttons are down at the bottom. And so basically what you're going to want to do is go over here, check it, and click. Now it's back home. Okay? Or you can send them anywhere else. Beautiful. Now, all of this is fun and fine. You have things you can throw in like YouTube channels. So let's just go there. I mean, at this point, you know how to use the site. All I'm doing is just showing you some fun things that you can do. Let's click on Focus Desk and let's go back and insert a YouTube video. So from here, here's Monday morning mock-up. Let's say I want to choose that one. And I'm going to insert that, and that's going to go there. Cool. And if I wanted to, I don't know, add some text to that, I can do that. And I can talk about this video and what it is all about. Great. And let me just copy that. And I'm just gonna paste, oops. Paste, whatever. And then I'm gonna go off there and position this kind of like that. And then I have the opportunity to kind of bring it that way. So several things you can do, which means that I could possibly even make this larger, right? And this is the URL. Now, if I were to go out to YouTube, and I can do this, I can create, um, just make sure that you highlight this, click on YouTube and earnings seasons and insert. I'm making my own little playlist of stuff that I've already done, and double click and put in my text box and talk about earnings season, which is actually here, by the way, guys. And then, of course, I can do whatever I want. I can change the font. I can, let's change it to Comic Sans because it's earnings season, and earnings season is always comical. And then I can do this, say, be careful around earnings season when placing an option trade. And as you can see, it's going to pick up whatever fonts you have. So I want to keep the same font, but I want to make it smaller. And there you go. All right. So, and this is what I mean. You're creating a playlist of your YouTube, and and then if this is something that you want to keep as, say, to make it look great, make it look good, like you might want to keep all of your fonts the same on the page. All right, cool, good. So that's all well and done and fine. Listen, at this point, I'm becoming very repetitive because you have all of these things that you can work with, and all of this is free. All right, let's check this page, see what it looks like on a desktop, an iPad, cool, and an iPhone. So yeah, everything is in place. Everything looks good. Nothing's cut off. Beautiful. So we like it. It works. We're going to close out. And once we're done, we're just going to publish our page. And you now see right here. Oh, I took it off. Edit logo. Let me see. There we go. And just to type that in like that. Nobody knows what ID is, but now they know. It's investors. Excuse me, it's investors desk. This is horrific. And we don't like it. So we're going to go back here. I'm not saying, publishing this or anything like that, but I'm just telling you, when you're going to go and tweak things, let's go back to something like that. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's a little better. And then let's see what it looks like when we go home. Okay. Anything that makes it stand out, right? So this is it. This is your free website. This is your creator's palette. This is your canvas to create what you do. Okay, so I think for the most part, we have actually done the do. That's it. And look, I'm 50 minutes, I'm almost an hour into this, but I had fun showing you that creating and owning your own digital real estate footprint really is what you want as a way to um, be your own content controller. You want to control it. There might come a day when YouTube might demonetize you, or they might just shut you out completely. Now, what are you going to do? Well, now you have your own recording, live streaming software, and you RTMP, I think that's how it goes, to your website, and you drive traffic to your website if you want to go live there. So you would actually be sending what you're doing from wherever to your website, and then it's there. So that's it, guys. I am going to give you for hanging in there with me during this period, and we're going to go ahead and say see you next time.